Hello everyone, I'm Ashok. Today is the last day of this year. So, how was your life in 2019? Have you achieved your targets? More important, did you have fun in 2019? For me, 2019 went really fast. Most of the time I spent on learning and exploring artificial intelligence. I must say it's a very fascinating domain. I also did some challenging projects, delivered some challenging projects, and had a privilege of training more than 2,000 aspirants in AI and machine learning, trained them, mentored them. It was wonderful. I thank everyone who participated in the sessions. Also had fun with friends, family, and colleagues. That was wonderful, wonderful year for me. All right, so I was like a couple of days, I was reading the reports of what is the status quo of 2019 in terms of AI, status quo of AI and machine learning in this year. And as you know, in last year, the World Economic Forum has projected that artificial intelligence and analytics and related fields will be generating near to 58 million jobs, 58 million new jobs, right? And as of today, I just read the report from Gartner, and it says 2019 there were 2.7 million jobs has been generated, which is about 38% growth from the last year. And if you look at the projection and the growth rate by 2022, I think we should be touching near to the number as projected by the World Economic Forum. Also, the revenue generated by AI and machine learning touched $60 billion, and this is from a report posted last week by University of Stanford. So say overall across the world, $60 billion is the market as of now for artificial intelligence, analytics, and related fields. The average salaries of artificial intelligence and machine learning has touched $150,000 per annum. In India, we have a fair share of this rise and the increases. So we almost doubled our revenue in terms of revenue as a market. AI and machine learning has almost doubled. The number of jobs generated only in the area of artificial intelligence is 72,000 new jobs in India. And if you take consideration of analytics and related fields, it's about 150,000 new jobs has been generated in 2019. And it is almost double when compared to 2018. And next year, we are expecting more than double, actually triple in 2020. And if you look at the city-wise, Bangalore actually emerged as a top destination for AI, not just in India, and across the world. Bangalore is in number 2 position in terms of AI and machine learning professions, opportunities, and also from a skill resources availability perspective. The first position is for San Jose, and then in top cities we also have London, New York, Amsterdam, Geneva, Switzerland, Singapore, and Ireland country. Dublin is a place, and then you also have Berlin from Germany. These are the top destinations for AI and machine learning professionals, as a both from an opportunities perspective, business perspective, as well as resource availability perspective. All right. So having taking all this into consideration, so if you look at opportunities from 2020, I see that many companies. I worked with a lot of companies in 2019. So most of the companies have done with their proof of concepts and trying some free use cases. Setting up center of excellences, it's a resource team with for machine learning, artificial intelligence, and some call it as data science center of excellence, right? And they're fully looking forward to scale it up and bring the AI and machine learning solutions across the organizations. IT service companies like Infosys, Capgemini, Accenture, they are full blown. They built up their teams, they have the processes, and they are actually looking forward for huge projects in 2020, which is a very good news. I believe that India will become a hub for data science in 2020. So that's all the good news is. And also another quick number. is the number of companies in India working on AI, machine learning, and data science was actually tripled from 2018. We had 1,000 companies roughly in 2018. Now we have 3,000 companies working on AI and machine learning projects, which is wonderful. Okay, that's all the numbers, and AI is becoming increasingly destructive, and it is taking over all the industries. And it's so amazing that how it can replace humans in doing a job better. But that's also scary, isn't it? Replacing humans. There's a fear in the market that machines will take over human jobs. Will machines take over human jobs and humans are left jobless? Well, yes and no. Yes, because as of now, the projection 50% of what we are doing will be taken over by machines. All the job skills which humans are doing right now, the job roles which humans are doing right now, will be taken over by machines in next 5 to 10 years. So that's massive. But at the same time, it also creates a lot many new jobs. If you look at this idea, the fear of machines taking over job, it's very similar to when the computers were actually coming into business. For example, 1980, computers were actually getting into business, and a lot of fear in the market that computers will take away their jobs because we are actually doing everything manually, like typing and making the books and stuff like that. So computers made these works really easy, and there is a huge fear that a lot of the workforce will be thrown out and they'll be jobless. It did happen transient few years, but if you look at the report from McKinsey 2012 report, McKinsey Global Institute, from 1980 to 2010, there was about, like in 1980, that the total number of skilled labor, the workforce globally, is 1.2 billion people. In 2010, which is 30 years after, it's 2.9 billion. So it's almost like near to tripled. And so it proves the point that a new technology comes in, new concepts, it temporarily has a problem and there will be shuffle and transitions, but usually ends up with creating a new jobs. In terms of machine learning, this is very true. There will be a lot many jobs and humans will be doing better things, greater things like colonizing the next planet. We already have plans to colonize Mars. You might be knowing that. Check out the video from Elon Musk, CEO of Tesla. So he already has the plans to go and colonize the planet Mars. When you say colonize, it's not just landing there. You have movie theaters, pubs in planet Mars. So that kind of work requires a lot of manpower. So there will be a lot many jobs. There is no fear on that. But yeah, how do you survive this? Yes, how do you survive this transition? This transition will be challenging for the people who are not adaptable. Just to recall a quote, it's not the strongest of the species that survives, not the strongest of the species that survives, not the most intelligent species that survives, but the one which is most adaptable to change. This quotation is usually considered is accredited to Charles Darwin, but actually this is quoted by Leon C. Magginson while presenting the ideas of Charles Darwin. And this is very true even for businesses and individuals. Right? For individuals to survive, so they have to adapt. They have to upgrade their skills rapidly towards the future jobs. So the skills required to future jobs. So upgrading your skills is not an option, it's a necessity. So move out of your comfort zones and start learning. All right, so that's all about the numbers and motivation. So it's a time for New Year resolution. When I say new resolution, I remember my last year resolution, which was about hitting a gym every day and running for 5 kilometers on a treadmill. As you would have guessed, I couldn't do it for long, maybe a week and then few days here and there. But overall, hey, but today actually I did it. So today, if you look at it, I just recorded a video as well. I'll show you. So that's me. Okay, so I have ran 5 kilometers today, but just because it's the last day of the year. But I also had a resolution of starting my own YouTube channel and sharing a lot of knowledge and also fun things. Guess what? Didn't happen. So feel guilty about it, but these are big things. I mean, I had an idea of putting like tens of videos per week, and I had strategies, plans. Never could do that. I mean, it takes a lot of time and it's too ambitious. And well, once we actually fail in your resolution, there is no motivation to start it back because you already failed. So once failed is failed. I happened to read a book called Atomic Habits by James Clear. So that's a book, cover page, and it's available on Amazon. It's a wonderful book. James Clear says that rather than making a big resolution, or sorry, the big decisions to change in your life, the positive changes for your life, try to make smaller decisions, and a compounding effect of these hundreds of small decisions will actually lead to a life altering outcomes. That's amazing. Actually, it did actually influence me. In fact, my this year resolution is not running 5 kilometers on all the days hitting a gym, but few days a gym and maybe just 1 kilometer. And if I do a gym for 5-10 minutes, that's good enough. So few days a week, 2 to 3 days, it's very achievable. Also, we can have small goals like waking up early in the morning, like 5 minutes early. Not like I have to wake up at 5:30 in the morning. That's very tough. So a small changes gradually changes your habit and ultimately leads to a life-altering decisions. So read this book and make your resolutions in a way that you achieve it, not that very ambitious, because once you fail to achieve it, you don't have any motivation to restart it, and you feel guilty, and it's not good for you. All right. So that brings us to the end of this quick video, and today is the last day and tomorrow is the beginning of a new year. And in fact, it's not a beginning of just new year, it's a beginning of a new decade. So get best out of it. I wish you, I'm very excited. I wish you a very successful 2020. I wish you, your friends, your family a very happy new year. See you.